My name is Kathleen with Centmac Realty. Today I'm going to share with you three markets. One is in Pleasanton, the other one is Dublin, and the third one is Fremont market. So first, this picture shows the Pleasanton detached homes. You can see from the numbers I shared with you last month, I think. That's the first time this number jumped over 1.9, and it stays here for the month of May as well. Now the average sale price in Pleasanton homes is $1.921 million, and this number is a high raise from last year. During the same time last year, it was a little bit over 1.45, so it's like a almost 500 jump, which shows a 32% raise in Pleasanton market. Yeah, the average dollar per square foot is also jumped over 30%. It is now at 758, and the same time last year it was 565. So almost $200 raise in average dollar per square feet sold in Pleasanton. So this is the just like Lily shared all the information about sale to list price ratio. This number in Pleasanton is 110%. During the last time, same time last year, it was a little bit lower than 100%. It's 98%. For because I closed a deal the same time last year in June. It was the lowest market from the pandemic. From the numbers I collected, because all buyers tends to very worried about the market. They cannot see where the market goes, and also the sellers retrieved a lot of properties from the market, and nobody knows what the market is gonna be. So we tend to bargain down lots of properties, and we get pretty good offers. Pretty good deals on the properties I submitted. So this number has raised a lot, 12%. So which means it's still a very competitive market for the buyers if you want to purchase home in Pleasanton. The month supply now is all-time low, is 0.4 months, which means all the properties on the market, if with the speed of the sale from the last month, it's gonna be all sold out in less than half month, 0.4 months. During the same time last year, it was over 2 months. That means all the houses to be sold out, it will take about 2 months. So which means the supply is very, very low at this point, and the demand is also still very high. Let's move on to the next slide. Next, I'm gonna share with you the Dublin attached homes, which means townhomes and condos. This number shows you in Tri-Valley area, it's still very hot market, even for the attached homes, which means the condos and townhomes. For this month, the average sale price for Dublin condos and townhomes is $900,000, which shows a 31% raise. During the same time last year, it was $685,000. That's the median sale price. But this year, it raised over $200,000. Move on to the next one. Thank you. The average dollar per square foot is $558, which shows almost 20% raise. You can see for the Dublin market, and also for all the Tri-Valley markets, including Sacramento and Pleasanton, all the townhomes and condos has been like this for the whole, I think starting from last December or even November, it is like all over bidding on the condos and townhomes. For now, it is still almost 110%. The sale price list price ratio, it shows a 11% raise from last year, which was lower than 100%, which means you can always get a deal the same time last year. The 0.6 month supply and this number was 2.9 months. So it shows the inventory is extremely low, and the demand is super high for this market. Let's move on to Fremont.
Okay.
The Fremont market average sale price in Fremont is 1.569, which shows also 28% from last year. Next slide, please. Okay, you can see even though the average sale price is lower than Pleasanton market, but the average dollar per square feet sold in Pleasanton is actually much higher than Pleasanton, which means the houses tends to be smaller in Fremont, but the average dollar per square feet is higher. It is almost it is over $913 in Fremont, and it also shows a 30% rate. From same time last year, it was a little bit over 700, so also shows a $200 rates from the last year market. Next slide. The sale price to list price ratio is over 110%. This shows a very interesting. From the last month, I shared with you the Fremont market is not as competitive as in travel area. But for this month, Fremont market get much hotter. So everybody, maybe some people are thinking about they're going back to work. They might stop from working from home, starting from fall. So they're looking something nearer to the get closer to the workplace. So Fremont market shows a little bit more activities in this month, 113%. The month supply in Fremont detached home is also very low. It's 0.5 months. During the same time last year, it was 1.8 months, almost 2 months. So overall, all the markets are very hot still in the month of May. And one more thing I would like to share with you is about open house. Actually, I did an open house right after the state allows the open house to be held. So I didn't get any very much activities for the booking, but I got average 10, 12 groups of people during the open house, the first weekend open house. It was like only 1.5 hours open house, but we got 12, even 13 groups of people to stop by. Most of the buyers that coming into the open house are first-time home buyers. They do not even have a pre-approval letter in hand. Some told me that's the first time they came out to see the houses during the pandemic. So I think when the open house are allowed, more and more people and more buyers, new buyers coming into the market. So that's a big sign for us to keep in mind. So there are some more people was waiting during the market during the pandemic, but now they're coming out too.
Okay, Kathleen, the question I have for you is, now the market is still very hot in the Tri-Valley, and then the new homes, it's not much help. The line is as long as 200 buyers waiting for their turn. Is that still about true?
Yes, but the inventory is very low for the new homes. Most of them are towards the end of their releasing phase. So even though you may have 100, 200 buyers on the list, but they only have like around 10 properties left. So that's the problem. But for the newer homes, I think there's one community in Sacramento. They have townhomes and condos. That one still have lots of inventory. They will be built maybe till sometimes next year, but the waiting list is still very long. Yeah.
Now with the state reopening soon, June 30th is the last day of the eviction moratorium. And come July 1st, we're supposed to reopen. You think some of these buyers in the Tri-Valley, they might focus more in Fremont now?
I don't know whether these buyers are moved from Pleasanton or Tri-Valley area to Fremont, but the numbers in Fremont was not that high. The last time I shared with you, but this month we definitely see more activities in Fremont. Yes, and that's for the Fremont market. I think some people start to thinking about the location again, and I represented a seller in Mountain View, the townhome I shared with you during our last live, and we got an offer in 3 days too. We got into escrow. Before that, in that same community, there are a couple of other townhomes been sitting there for one for over 3 months, and the other two sitting there for about 2 months. And suddenly, all these are going into contract. So I see a lot of more activities in South Bay and East Bay for now.